Hello everybody and welcome back. Omega Given here. We are going to be doing a little bit of a tutorial on how to do a auto clicker based on what's on your physical desktop, like your one screen, and then the text on that desktop. Basically an auto clicker for, automating tasks that you don't feel like doing that much and stuff like that. Please do not use this for, things that would break terms of service for video games or something that could get you in trouble at work. But hey, if your work doesn't accept modernization of auto doing jobs and stuff, then I don't know what's wrong with that or what's wrong with that. But okay, let's get down to it, because this is a tool that I think a lot of people don't really cover in detail because it has a bad connotation to it with video games, at least. But I think it'd be super helpful for you to understand and learn, and the libraries that are used for it. So what we're going to do is we're going to be using a few libraries. So we're going to need to, for one, get screen info. That's one of the libraries. But specifically, we're going to do from screen info. In screen info, we're going to get import. We're going to import get monitors. I have a little note to the side here so I can be able to do this all in one go. But yeah, monitors. If I can ever spell right. If you're in an IDE, I'm using PyCharm. You can do this on basically anything. You can either pip install these libraries, or you can install them via just stuff like this, like install package screen info. And then if you give it a second, it installs in the bottom right. There's a little blue mark here, but my screen is covering it. And then it'll install it, and you have it here. Another thing we're going to do is we're going to also import, what is it called? It's pytesseract. I think that's what it's called, pytesseract. This is a very handy application. You actually need to go and download this application as well, because what we're gonna have to do is, once you download it, there's a little executable that it runs to be able to capture things as they are and use them or whatever and stuff like that. So we're gonna have pytesseract. That's what this is called, and we're gonna do that as P just to shorten the form. And we gotta install this to our current module. So we're gonna install that really quick here. So using these two modules, once it installs, we can then go and set up some config kind of stuff. We gotta configure the monitors. This monitor I'm on is my monitor 0 or something like that. I'm just gonna copy over a few things from my, actually no, we can type it out. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do monitors equals, let's get monitors. We wanna get those little monitors, and we can print those out if we want to. So let's print out our monitors, see what we are given. So let's run this. I have this as a main too. I was using this other stuff, but let's run this and see what we get. So we got some different monitors. I have 3 monitors, so you'll see monitor display 1. We got a display what is it? Display 2 here and display 3. We have 3 monitors here. We are just going to use our primary monitor, which is the current monitor that we're on. So it's going to be a little messy because we're going to try to capture the current monitor, and also we're going to be clicking on the current monitor, like with where text is. I don't know. I'm trying to do just how you can use these libraries, because sometimes people don't know how to do it. But all right, so we have these 3 monitors. We're going to use monitor 0. So we're going to do monitor equals monitors, and then we're going to get 0. That's the primary monitor I have, which is a 1440p monitor. So that'll be, you can keep that in mind for at least spacing. You might want to see what the resolution is on your stuff, because it goes by pixels whenever you're trying to find where locations are. So yeah, we got that. All right, now what do we need to do? Well, we need to do monitor region, basically the size of the monitor. So monitor region, this is going to be anything really. I'm just trying to keep it organized to a certain aspect. So we're going to get monitor, or this is going to be, we're going to give this the whole X, Y, height, weight kind of, or not weight, height, width. All right, but monitor, and then we can get X. We can get monitor, and we can get Y. As you can see, this has a few different variables in here. And then we can get monitor, and then we can get width. Is that what we want next? And then let me check on my notes here really quick. We got monitor width and monitor height. Yep, that's about right what I got in my notes. Monitor, and then dot height. Monitor dot height. All right, so that gives us our region and everything. So we got a nice solid basis. This is our basic config of, just getting some stuff. We got another config we need to configure, so that's getting the monitor kind of stuff, making sure we can get the size, everything of your monitor. We want to get the tesseract set up too. The tesseract, yes, Avengers kind of stuff almost. I'm gonna just copy and paste this over. because this will be different for everybody depending on where you install the Tesseract. You're gonna have to go to their, I think it's a GitHub, and then install it via there. I think this is meant for Linux oftentimes, but they do have a Windows install that you can use. So I have a Windows install here. So we got p.tesseract. So because we had Tesseract as p, we imported as p. So we got .tesseract. Tesseract command. So we can be able to get ourselves the Tesseract to work. Basically, this is just so it references where it's running as executable. All right. With that said, we basically, I think that's most, if not all, of the config. Looking at my config file for something I was actually using this for work. Let's start using. All right, let's go to like taking screenshots. So how do we do that? We got all of our monitor stuff. Let's go down and let's take some screenshots. So I'm just gonna do def take underscore screenshot. I just want to put this into its own thing, mainly because you're gonna be needing to do this a lot, because if you're doing like a while loop of like trying to click on things, like go to this and this and this and this, you're gonna need to be able to, you know, take the screenshot every single time. So put it in its own function basically. So we're gonna do def take screenshot, or just screenshot. You don't have to do take screenshot, it depends, or whatever. And then from here, we're going to take the screenshot, so image, or actually we can call it screen. Let's call it screen. So screen equals, we're gonna do, okay, we're gonna use a new thing. I'm gonna put this in a separate line. Normally you put all of your imports at the top. I'm gonna put it in a separate line just to keep it visible for you guys. So we're gonna do import. What imports are we gonna need for this? There's a few imports depending on like manipulation of stuff. We're gonna use pyAutoGUI for the imports for this. pyAutoGUI basically just makes it so you can click and use whatever is in a GUI and such, basically on the screen itself. So we basically have our config being like, this is where everything is over here, but the pyAutoGUI is what's actually clicking on the thing on the actual monitor over here. Because like, you know, it's not technically on over, like those are just numbers that we need to transfer those numbers into the GUI or the application that we're trying to make a automation script for. So yeah, pyAutoGUI. That's pretty good stuff there. So we're gonna import that really quick. So screen equals pyAutoGUI dot screenshot. Actually, that's kind of why I don't want to say screenshot, because you will be doing screenshot from that one. And then we're gonna do region equals, and then we're gonna do monitor region. There we go. That way this knows literally all of the stats that we have up here. So that way we don't have to input it twice. That's why we like to have these like little config things, just like configurations, to just like, so we don't have to input them over and over again. All right, so we have our screen. This basically captures the screen into an image. Now, something I've noticed, or in some notes I've seen online, is sometimes it's good to convert the screen to a black and white image, or a grayscaled image, not black and white, so that we can be able to do it. So let's do image gray. So image gray equals screen, or I guess we call it screen gray. In my notes I have this image, but we're gonna do screen gray equals screen dot, if you look at this, we can do convert, and then I think I have L in my notes as what's grayscale. That's like the conversion code for converting it to grayscale. So we'll do that. So that's going to convert it to grayscale. So now screen gray is now a grayscaled screenshot of our primary monitor, which is basically this IDE right here. Not even including my picture, but just this thing. So yeah, how are we going to do this? So what we want to check and see what this image is, because sometimes you need to, like, you know, proof check it and everything. So what we can do is we can actually save this. So we're going to save the screen scale dot save, and then let's just save it as let's just call it test image. I don't know, dot PNG or JPEG. I don't know. Maybe it works with JPEG. But yeah, let's run this now. So we have this. It runs, and it didn't work. Gosh darn it! Why didn't it work? Screen gray. Normally in my other thing, it pops up over here. That's something that it did. Let me double check through this. Sometimes it's fun for me to show you guys my process of actually doing things. Because did this actually, wait, this grayscale image, screen gray dot save. Yeah. I don't know why. Maybe. Oh, I know why it didn't. We have to run the function. It didn't even run the function. See, I just said whatever. Sorry about that little break there. But hey, we're gonna do a little run the function. Now we have an image over here. I have this in small text because I'm just trying to conserve space over here. But if we open the image, look at this. It is our image, and it's kind of hard to tell if it's grayscale, but you can tell here in the corner that this is gray and that my actual corner is not gray. So that's just showing that it's grayscaled. And if I copied out, or if I copied out that or canceled out that L thing, it'd be actually in real color. So yeah, now we have our image. So that's awesome, right? You captured an image. Well, I don't know. Anybody could capture an image by just doing like screen share gray or whatever. So why do we need this image? Well, what are we gonna do with this image? Let's actually do something with this image. I want to be able to grab text from this image. So what we'll do here is we are going to create some data from this image. So something that I like to use, you can use a couple different classes for this and such, or not classes, libraries for this, but we're going to use the thing that we had set up here, the tesseract, image to data. You can do image to string or a few other ones, but I like image to data because that gives us a lot of data to work with. So what we're going to do is image to data. We're going to do a screen gray, and that's what we're going to pass in. So it's going to tesseract is going to take that gray image, and then it's going to output something. We're going to output type this one as output.dictionary. That makes it so it tells us that, hey, put this in a dictionary format so we can be able to read it a little bit easier and stuff like that. So let's do that, and let's return that data really quick. All right, if we return that data, then we can actually, I don't know, we could actually just like print this take screenshot. And we'll see what our data looks like. So we're gonna run this. It's going to give us a new image because it's gonna overwrite our image. You can see that it has our image here. And then it's going to give us a bunch of stuff. What does it give us? It gives us our level. What does level mean? I actually don't know what level it is. It has page number. There's only one page. Or actually there's a couple of pages apparently at the end here. I don't know what that is. There's a par number. There's, let's see. Trying to see what else is there. Oh, here we are. Here we are. This is where it gives us all the juicy stuff. So if you look right here, Python project exclamation point. I think that I actually misinterpreted the exclamation point as a 1, or it's supposed to be a 1, but that's like up in the top left corner of my screen. We have version and then control, which is right here, version control. We have V. I don't know where this V is coming from. Oh, I see. The V is it's thinking that the pull down, this little pull down number is a V. It has some stuff like this. It just thinks that some certain things are something. So I'm guessing that this is thinking that this over here is a pound symbol, then main2, and then it has another V, and then it has a here and fed. I have no idea where it's even getting these from. But sometimes, so it's not always like, straightforward as to what's what, but it will get most of the text that you really need. Like project, it'll have project right here, main.py. I think it's skipping. Oh, I think it's main.py, the one at the top here. And it's not in any particular order that I know of. I feel like if I did a lot more research, I could probably find out what the order is here. Like it's because it looks like it's reading top to bottom, level by level. I think that's, I guess, what it means by level, kind of going down and around. And you can kind of see all of the different stuff because you can see right here, C users OM and C users OM. It cuts off right there because there's a line there. And yeah, stuff like that. So you got all of these text things. Now, what can you do with this? How do you click on these things? Actually, here, let me give this to you really quick. You could probably look this up, but I have what this dictionary looks like. The dictionary looks like this. These are all the things in the dictionary. You got the level, page number, block number, parameter number, line number, word number, left, top, width, height, conf, I don't know what conf is, and text. We're looking at text section, but what these do is left, top, width, and height. This is that, those are the all of them are in order. So like index 0, I guess, this 0 pertains to the first index of the text, first index of all of these. So basically, if you have data, like right here, like the word data from somewhere, it has a corresponding left top, width, and height number to be able to like identify where it is on the page. And we can use that data to be able to like click on it and such. So how are we going to do that? Let's now that I have that explained, how will we do that? We'll only minimize that so we don't need it anymore. Let's go and maybe, let me see my notes, how we, I don't know, maybe let's just determine what we want to click on. Maybe we want to click on Python project from here at the top, Python project. Or actually, no, maybe version control. Maybe we want to click on version control or something like that. Or main.2. I'm trying to think of something that's fun to click on. I guess we could just click on version control. I don't know. Just so at the very end, you'll just see this little pop-up in the top left. Actually, no, I don't know. Python project. Except for I think it's misinterpreting this one as exclamation point. So I don't know if I want to do that one. So let's do version control. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to find the text version control. Text equal. So this is the text that we're going to look for. We're going to call it version, because mainly this is actually doing it by one, because if you notice, all of them are split up into multiple pieces, but we want to only take the one. So we're going to do version. This needs to be a string. Oops, string version. So we're going to try to click on the version at the top. What we're going to do here is we're going to do, we're going to take our data. Actually, let's take screenshot. We're going to do this data equals take screenshot. So we're going to get this data from up here in this function. And then with this data, we're going to, let's see, 4x. So we're going to have to search through it all because, you know, it has a lot of stuff in it. So 4x in, let's say, range. Let me open bracket this. Length of the list, so of the data, not list. Length of the dictionary. That's what we're doing. Dictionary of, and we can do this for any of them really, but let's just do it for text because that's the one that we're specifically looking for. So we're going to try to get the length of the text and literally search through the entire list of the text within this dictionary. And so yeah, so let's search through that. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to try to check. How do I have it? I have a couple different ways that I did this. But let's see. So what I did was when I like going through the list, I have the X. The X is this is actually a number. So basically we can be able to find the corresponding height, width, all that stuff of that number. So let's get the height, width of the current number that we're at. So let's do actually, let's do I, not X, because I want to use the XY kind of scale. So we have X and Y. Oops, X and Y of two different things. So X equals and Y equals, because we want to get the X and Y of where this word is located. And then maybe the width, and then we want to get the height of this number. So what we're going to do, or of this this word. So we're going to do data. We're going to do left, because this is what the dictionary actually uses, and then we're going to grab the I value of this, and then we're going to do the same but like data, and then whoops, and then the right or top, I mean top, that's what it is, top, and then the I, the like, you know, that index of that dictionary, and then data, and we're going to have width I, oh, this needs to be in quotes. All right, and then data, then this is height. And then, of course, the I of that height. All right, so we have our for loop that goes through the text and then grabs, while it's going through, it grabs basically the location of these things. We might not want to actually put this in a step. We might put this in a checker. So what we can do is just be like, if, let's say, if version or text is in, we want to do is, or for text equals, let me see, I have a couple of these things that I did a couple different ways on it that I want to choose one of them. Which one's the most reliable? For what I did here in my other thing, I actually had to do a regular expression, and that's why I don't quite want to do it. All right, so here we do it. The text in data, and then just like we did below, we're going to do text here, because technically I is a number, it's an index value. and then we're going to do I here. So basically, if the current index at text that we're in is equal to version, so basically if as I'm going through this list, like is empties bracket the same as version? No. Is data the same as that? No. Is equal? So he just goes through the list and just checks that. If it is that, then we're going to, grab this here and grab its location, like left, top, width, height, all that kind of different stuff. And then what we want to do is, since we want to click on this, we want to do maybe the center click of it, because, we don't want to click an edge where it might not actually activate or anything. So let's do center. Center x equals x plus width. And then let's divide that by 2. Because, that's simple algebra. This is actually where you can use algebra, right? Center y equals, y equals y plus height, and then divide that by 2. That'll get the center. So, y, or yeah, the y plus the height, like aka the x and y of that direction, that'll divide by 2 is the center of it. So yeah, we have the center and the x and the center y. That gets us the very center of this box that might be where that version word is written. So we're going to get the center. We're going to use what we did earlier, pyauto GUI, and then we're going to do dot move to. So this will move our cursor to that location. So we're going to do move to. We're going to do center x, and then center y. All right. Now that we have it there, it's at the center of that location. Let's do pyauto GUI dot, and then we're going to do a click. I don't know. We can just do click. There's a click variable. There's a few things you can do here. What's some stuff we could do? We can do click. We could do pyauto dot double click. You can do double click. That's one thing you can do. What's some other stuff you can do? Pyauto GUI dot. Let's just look through this list here. We got click, double click, move to, screenshot size. What's some stuff that's good for us to do? Drag. Ooh, drag might be helpful if you're trying to like drag things. Like say you're doing some kind of I don't know. So you click drag to do some action or whatever. Maybe you're pulling files from somewhere and putting it in another location. So if you want to do that there, I'd probably just use command prompt and stuff like that, or like bat files to be able to move files if you're trying to do that automatically. I think there's one that's called hotkey though. Hotkey is a very helpful one that I've used a lot of, where if you want to press a hotkey to do something, like you can do or I think you do control like that, like control. Is that how you do it? Control C. I'm trying to remember how you do control C and stuff like that. Maybe not. Can't remember how you do it. Control. I don't know, something like that. Or you'll have to go and look up the specific ones, but you can do like, I don't know, D, like you need to press D or Control C, and like, I think it's something like this, where it's like Control, and then it's like C, and then, that'll be like Control C, it'll copy something. So that's like a way you could do stuff. I don't know. There's a lot of different stuff you could do, but let's do just the click. If I run this, it should go through the whole thing, and it'll click here, so you'll see this action at the very top. That's basically what you'll see. So let's run this and see if it does it. Yep, it did it. I don't know if you saw that. It clicked it, and it came down, and it went back. Did I do a double click? Is that why? Oh, I think it's because it finished, and when it finished, it kind of reset the mouse from where it was. So we were able to click it, and then, you can go from there and do other stuff. I don't know. That's basically just like very basic how you can click on things. String this together with tons of other stuff and like put these into functions, like put this into a function, put all these into functions where you can just call the functions and a big script of like functions. Then you can be able to create a fully automated thing where it just goes through and be like, oh, find control, find this, find that, or like click on it, move it, copy it, paste it, I don't know, do whatever you need with it. This is a way that you can do a lot of automation through these kind of steps with using, what do we use in total? We used pyauto GUI, we used tesseract, and we used like little screen info, like getting screen stuff. But technically you don't even need this if you don't want to. You can actually get this manually. Just like I have a 1440p screen, so like 2560 by 1440. So I didn't even need that technically. But I don't know, you can just use whatever you need to do that stuff. I'm going to try to work on some stuff, how you can recognize things by image. That's a little harder. But if you can recognize things by image, you can do a lot more. So maybe I'll do a tutorial on that when I learn how to do it myself, or at least do it more in depth myself. And yeah, I'll see you all later. This is a very long tutorial, but hopefully it's helped somebody, and I see you all later. Bye-bye.